Hi, I'm Charlie with Precision Matthews, and today we're going to look at a small accessory that we get a lot of questions about, the Micrometer Carriage Stop. It's used to repeatedly stop the carriage at the same spot when turning to a shoulder. But how does it work? Is there a button or sensor or something that cuts power to the lathe? Well, it's much simpler than that, and today we're going to talk about it. Let's get started. Many of our lathes have clutches on the feed shaft that allow the carriage to stop once the amount of resistance on the shaft spikes. In this shot of the feed shaft, I've added a little painter's tape flag to show the rotation, and it's going to stop right here. So the question is, what stopped it? The answer? It could be anything. To demonstrate, I'll just jam a board between the headstock and the carriage. Then, when the carriage hits the board, the clutch in the feed rod trips and the carriage can go no further. And don't worry, Gabe, the safety committee chairman, is on vacation this week at the Ocean Museum, so it's a free-for-all. I've been storing high-pressure gas cylinders improperly, welding in a t-shirt. I might try and use a ladder in an unsafe manner a little later. We can do whatever we want. There are a couple problems with using a board to stop the carriage, aside from your name being added to Gabe's list. Wood is not particularly repeatable and not adjustable with any amount of precision. If you want the carriage to stop 2 thou further down the ways, you can't exactly go to the miter saw and take a couple microns off. So what you really need is a micrometer carriage stop. This clamps to any location along the ways and serves as a solid, repeatable, finely adjustable stop for the carriage to run into. The carriage contacts the hard stop, trips the clutch in the feed rod, and stops the motion of the tool. It's no more complicated than that. A couple things to note. The spring force of the clutch can be adjusted by the screws in the face of the feed shaft collar, shown here. You want a happy medium where normal cutting forces don't trip the clutch, but hitting the stop does. Also, know that there is no such clutch on the lead screw used for threading. That means you can use this carriage stop to turn to a shoulder on a part, but you can't use it to thread to a shoulder. Obviously, the lead screw always needs to be rigidly attached to the gear train. If there were such a clutch on the lead screw, tripping it would immediately throw off the timing of the lead screw with the threading on the part, and you would have no way to get back into the thread that you're cutting. So, no carriage stop when threading to a shoulder. Threading to a shoulder is a whole other video. Don't worry, we'll get to it one day. I mentioned repeatability, and that's one of the main advantages of using a proper carriage stop. To be honest, I didn't have an idea of what kind of precision we could hold from pass to pass, so we did a little experiment. We set up an indicator and just kept backing the carriage up, running the carriage feed, and seeing where it stopped. We got better results than I might have expected. Each pass stops at the same place within about a 10,000th of an inch. Feel free to complain in the comments that I had the indicator stopping at 1.3 thou instead of 0. You try hitting the 0 button on the indicator without moving even half a tenth. To test how precisely I could adjust where the carriage stopped, I tried to hit 20 thousandths on the indicator. Since it was stopping at 1.3 and each hash mark is 2 thou, that means I needed to move just a little further than 9 hash marks on the micrometer thimble. So there you have it. I hope this cleared up some questions about how the micrometer carriage stop works. It's just a fine pitch screw with some knurling and hash marks around it mated to a glorified clamp, but it serves an important purpose when we're trying to turn a part to a shoulder. If you still have questions about the use or function of the micrometer carriage stop, drop them in the comments or reach out to our tech team. We're always happy to talk with you. Until next time, thanks for watching.